Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, today we are diving into a platform that is completely attempting to shift the paradigm of how we create software, and it's called AppForge. We're going to explore this really fascinating concept of a governed AI factory. We're talking about a system designed for creating, governing, and actually owning true production-ready software. So we're moving way beyond the realm of simple AI prototypes here, and stepping into an era where AI actually builds the real, heavy-lifting systems that businesses rely on every single day. Here is our blueprint for today. First, we'll look at the AI demo illusion, then enter the governed factory. We'll break down 6 uncopyable advantages, talk about reviving dead legacy code, look at some real proof and huge leverage, and finally, wrap up with the future of software. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the AI demo illusion. So, are today's AI builders just creating throwaway toys? I know, it's kind of a harsh question, right? But honestly, it validates a massive, very real frustration that CTOs and technical founders are feeling right now. We see these incredibly flashy AI demos that can whip up a neat user interface in seconds, which is cool. But when you actually look under the hood, they completely lack the foundation required to run a real business. Think about the stark contrast here. On one side, you have this demo era of AI coding. It's all one-off apps, quick prototypes, and absolutely no governance. The work doesn't compound. But on the other side, you have the rigorous, high-stakes demands of real software. Listen, a shiny app interface is really only half the product. Real software needs authentication, consent registries, billing systems, audit trails, secure data boundaries, and operational trust. If your AI can't build that whole shebang, you're basically just left waiting months for human developers to fill in the gaps, or worse, you're stuck with a prototype that you can't even safely expose to your users. Which brings us to section 2, enter the governed factory. You can almost think of AppForge as a giant anvil for your code. It isn't just a simple chatbot where you type a prompt and hope for the best. It acts as a highly structured, multi-agent pipeline. You feed it an idea, or even a messy legacy system, and it forges a real application using modern, enterprise-grade stacks. We're talking fast API for a robust backend, Next.js 16 for a lightning-fast front-end, and PostgreSQL for secure database management. And the best part? It outputs all of this directly into a GitHub repository that you actually own, with single sign-on, consent layers, and safe autonomy patterns built right in from day one. This whole process plays out across a really clever 4-phase AI pipeline. Step 1, you ingest your idea, or that old legacy code. Step 2 is where the magic really happens. It's a 6-agent design council. Think of these AI agents as a rigorous, highly opinionated panel of experts. You've got UX, architecture, security, database experts who literally debate the design before a single line of code is ever written. Then, in step 3, they apply policy gates and package features into reusable kits. Finally, step 4 handles the actual build, a live preview, and a strict evidence gate to verify everything works. This entire pipeline can turn a raw idea into a production app in roughly one single day. Absolutely wild. And this brilliantly illustrates what we'll cover in section 3, 6 uncopyable advantages. So AppForge has basically built a massive defensive moat using these 6 structural advantages. First, that 6-agent design council we just talked about. Second, a human DNA control plane. Basically, this is a consent registry and identity layer that makes all newly generated apps seamlessly interoperable right out of the gate. Third, a kit flywheel. They currently have 79 production-ready feature kits that spread operational knowledge across the whole ecosystem. Fourth, loop governance to ensure the AI's work is always bounded and auditable. Fifth, the very rare ability to reverse engineer legacy code. And sixth, producing real ownable code. I really want to emphasize this last point because it's a total game changer. With AppForge, there is absolutely no black box, zero vendor lock-in. The platform produces standard Docker-ready containers and pushes them directly into your own independent GitHub repository, meaning CTOs and founders retain 100% control over a totally modern enterprise-grade stack. Fast API, Next.js, PostgreSQL, it's all yours. Moving right along to our most lucrative revelation in section 4, reviving dead legacy code. The tech industry absolutely loves talking about greenfield projects. Starting entirely from scratch with a blank slate. But the real world runs on brownfield systems. These are aging legacy systems, often full of undocumented code that businesses completely rely on but are terrified to touch. AppForge's unique superpower is safely ingesting this dead legacy code, recovering the lost specifications, getting a human to approve it, and then completely rebuilding it on a modern factory standard. Code that literally no one dared touch suddenly becomes extensible and modern again. When you map out the competitive landscape, the differences become incredibly clear. Look at competitors out there like Lovable, V0, and Bolt. Yeah, they can all do greenfield fine. They can build you a shiny new app from a prompt. But when you look at shipping fully ownable production code with complex loop governance, they start to fall short. And when it comes to brownfield, actually modernizing legacy code, AppForge is literally the only one checking that box. It solves the messy, complex enterprise problem that nobody else is equipped to handle. So, what does this all mean in practice? Let's look at the hard data in Section 5. Real proof, huge leverage. 16. That is the number of distinct, full-scale production apps currently sitting in the DNAFNY estate. This entire ecosystem, complete with single sign-on and a shared human DNA consent layer, was built 100% by the AppForge platform. And how long did it actually take to build those 16 production apps? Roughly 7 FTE months. 7. And get this, that was orchestrated by just one single founder working alongside an AI workforce. No way, right? Well, when you do the math on that output, this ultra-lean engine provides a staggering 30 to 56 times leverage over a normal human development team. This isn't just theoretical efficiency, guys. This is an operational reality that fundamentally rewrites the economics of building and maintaining software. Which leads us perfectly into Section 6, the future of software. The business strategy here is to land fast and then expand into high-value work. Phase 1 is all about securing design partners for enterprise brownfield and greenfield pilots, effectively kicking off a go-to-market strategy in Thailand. Once those guardrails are totally battle-tested, Phase 2 shifts into self-serve and team subscriptions for continuous ongoing app building. Finally, Phase 3 is a massive Southeast Asian expansion through a reusable kit marketplace, where features and compliance modules just continually compound across the entire ecosystem. Think about this profound reality for a second. AppForge is both the product they sell and the exact mechanism by which the company itself is built. They use their own factory to build the factory. Every new feature, every bug fix, every failure becomes a new kit or rule that immediately propagates across their estate, constantly compounding their operational knowledge. It is literally a self-improving engine. Which leaves us with this final provocative thought. As we fully enter this new era, you really have to ask yourself, will your next enterprise system be built by a bloated traditional agency taking months and millions of dollars? Or will it be forged in days by a governed AI factory? The blueprint is here, the proof is live, and honestly, the way we build software will never be the same. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this sparked your curiosity, and I will catch you on the next one.